Good morning, everyone, or hello, whatever time you are watching this. I hope you're all keeping well. Back here today because I've actually got a few things I want to get done, really. I want to try and sort as much of the polytunnel out as I can because I've just been putting it off, and it just really needs to be done. And I really want to give them a good feed, and also sort something out for the pumpkins because they're all starting to come through. And I don't want them to start rotting, so I just want to put a couple of bits underneath and give them a really good feed as well, really. What else did I want to do? I also want to try and put some of the fruit into a few bigger pots because I feel like it's getting to that time now that it really needs to be done. I also went to B&M to pick something else up, but they had one of these, which is, let's flip it, one of the garden trellises. I'm wondering whether I can use this in a polytunnel. If I can't, I can always take it home. It'll be perfect for that. So yeah, it's just today's a bit of like a maintenance day, I think, really. Just trying to keep on top of things, trying not to let it all get out of control. I did forget my battery for the strimmer, but that's fine. The grass isn't too bad. I did do it the other day, so it's fine. It's just this side which isn't great, but it's all looking okay so far. I mean, look at the sunflowers. Look how tall they are. They're so beautiful. I just love them. So yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Rather than showing you round now, I think I'll show you as I go because I'll be doing things to like every section today, I think. So yeah, let's start. I'm going to start with the pumpkin patch just because I feel like it's the best and like almost quickest thing that I can just get done and it feels good, and I can give it water then, and then I'm not spent half an hour at the end giving everything a good water. So this is what I mean. It's things like this. I want to get something underneath it and give it a good feed because I don't know, I've got a funny feeling these are the ones that are like meant to look ugly, if that makes sense. So I'm not too concerned about it. However, I do just want to give it a good feed. And then as you can see, you can't really see underneath the big leaves, which I don't actually want to cut back because they help keep some of the moisture in the soil because they're so shading. But what I do want to do is just go round and just take out some of the stems that don't need that are dying back. So like these ones here, I'll take some of them off. I've also got a pumpkin coming up here as well, which is quite nice, and one over, oh, actually I've got two on this one. I've got one coming up here, and where did I just see it? Here. Don't know if it'll focus. There we go. So that'll be nice. I'm trying to train these ones to go up because last year it all got a little bit out of hand, really. And they were just everywhere over the floor. And I did also have the archway last year, which I haven't put in it here this time. But I'm hoping these will start training up. And I did it for my courgettes, but honestly, I just don't think they're going to survive. Oh, we've got one coming up. So maybe hold out hope just yet. Maybe if I give them a bit of a feed, they might be all right, and then do a bit of de-weeding here. But as much as I de-weed this area or get rid of the bindweed, it just comes back. So I'm not even going to try and get rid of it this season. I'm just going to try and keep on top of it. And then we'll see how it goes. But some of the sweet corn are thriving and some aren't. I don't know why it's done this, whether this is a good sign or not. But a few of them are doing okay. But let's start with the pumpkin, shall we? I remembered I had this in the shed, so I'm going to pop this underneath and hopefully it should stop it from rotting. I've also forgotten my secateurs. Of course I did. Plonker. But I might just have to cut some of these bits off with some scissors. This is why I would say if you can get your pumpkins to grow upwards rather than on the ground, it's probably more beneficial, because you really have to keep an eye on because this is now leaning on this, so I have to figure out really what to do about this. I'm wondering whether to make like I said before, like just a little structure for this one maybe, and just leave the really big one just creeping over the floor. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do today. I tried to find some canes, but I couldn't find any today, unfortunately. But it's all coming okay. It's fine. I'm not too concerned. I just need to get these climbing a little bit more. I might try and bring this one down, and then this one can go over then. And if worse comes to worse, I can bring this one all the way over and make it climb over that way, and just weave them in and out a little bit. But what I'm going to do is now, I'm just going to give it a really good feed. I'll sort this one out first and give it a really good feed, and we'll go from there. Also, I never try and pull all the weeds out. It's just not possible, really, to keep on top of it. And honestly, I don't think it's a valuable use of time. Things like this, especially things like this, I try and just leave and let them just do their thing. Hopefully, like, I mean, when you leave things, they turn into this. So I can't really complain, can I? Look how gorgeous they are. I'm really, really pleased with these. This whole front section actually is turning into an unplanned wild meadow, and I absolutely love it. I'm hoping these might spread. Oh, look at the bees. I love getting to see the insects, and the bees especially enjoy the allotment. It gives me so much pleasure. Just fills my soul so much. But I'm hoping that these might spread a little bit, and I'm hoping to get a few more dandelions next year. I'm really gutted that I took a lot of them out, but yeah, there's no point trying to pick them all, because you may be surprised at what comes out of it. This area I do actually need to do, but I think I'm going to need my gloves for that. Okay, I have found these poles. So these ones are all the same size. I've got two really long ones and a green one here, which is a little bit more pliable. Like if I need a little bit of twisting, that might be a little bit better. And I remember I've got all of this from what I took down from the fruit cage. I'm just having a little think of what I could do. This could take a while, so I'm going to feed all the other ones first and then have a little think while I'm doing that. What I've done is I've just given everything a water first, like a really good soaking first, just especially because it's been quite dry over the last couple of days. So giving it everything, apart from this one, a really good water. I don't want it too wet before I'm about to stand like round it. So and then what I've done is, well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use some of the tomato, right, and just pop a little bit in here. And then all I need to do is just put a little bit of this onto each one. It saves me having to put this into every single one every time. So I'll do that, and then I'll also give it another water after I've done that, just so it kind of goes into the soil a little bit more, I hope. I've actually been a bigger plonker than I've realised. And they're actually two separate plants. Like, I can't believe that. So, I thought it had trailed round like that. No, that is one plant there. And then this is another one here. So, there is another one coming off that one. So, that is part of this one. So, maybe I build like, I don't know, a mini archway and they can go over. That might be a good idea. Let's try that. Another change of plan. So, I thought it might actually, because these are smaller, I thought it'd be better to keep them on the ground. And this long one here, this long one here, and that, no, not that one, just those two there, all come off of the same plant, which is here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick something under here just to stop it from going through these and breaking those bits off. But what I am going to do is, I've put in some stakes, put in the mesh, and I'm going to run these ones up along here. And I think, number one, it will keep them off the floor. And number two, it'll give this space to grow. And I'll still be able to get to them. I'll still be able to get to these ones to go round. And I think it will just look a little bit neater. It's still going to look messy. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to look pretty. But what it might do is just give me an idea. Just set something off of how I can do it for next year. And whether this even works or not. So we'll see. The stakes are in the ground and they're pretty solid. I just want to try and make sure that bend that round just to make sure that it's nice and secure, make sure it's not going onto anything else, and then I can start weaving them up. And I'm just going to hold them up with some clips for now, and then hopefully they will, in the long run, kind of start connecting themselves through the spindles, and it should be okay. It is absolutely not pretty in any way, shape or form, but I feel a lot better about it. So I'm going to give these a water and then move on to the polytunnel, because I've probably spent about an hour and a half on this now, which is probably a lot more than I really should have. But I'm pleased I've managed to do it, because it was quite an important job. Now on to this mess. Right. What I'm thinking about doing is, because of this situation, these are producing tomatoes now, and I really don't want them to die. It's just not big enough. So I mean, what on earth? Oh, that's from the other plant. So this is what I mean. I just don't know what's what, where everything is. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually taking these outside, having one in here, and maybe putting the other one outside. It does run obviously the risk of killing it. The only other option is I have got another really big pot. I'm just potting it on to something a little bit bigger, and fingers crossed that will do okay. And then just putting it into like the corner or somewhere like that. But these are doing really well. I need to put another bit of string maybe across, like connect that one to that one, and then hopefully it can come across the top. That will be okay. But they are producing tomatoes. They are coming along, so I don't want to mess with them too much. I've also got a crystal lemon, I think it's called, cucumber there, so that needs to come off today. But yeah, it just all needs a little bit of a tidy. So I'm going to take this out, see kind of the actual extent of it, and then we'll go from there. This is the bed that I was thinking about putting them in, because all of these beans here haven't really lasted, but the other ones have. These tomatoes have as well, and they're doing pretty well. The tomato plant that I've got here as well is doing really well. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking these beans out here and putting these straight into the ground, and then I can kind of go them off in different directions. And I feel like at least it gives it a half chance, and we're meant to get some really good sun, so fingers crossed it might be okay. But I'm going to take all of this out, see what the space is here. I want to try not to disturb this, because I think this is wild chamomile, which I really want to keep. And these are all my, well, I say these are all my carrots, but I only seem to have got one row of them so far, which is always good. But yeah, I think I'm going to put that there, and then it gives me one more kind of like space here as well, that I think this is done for now, but I might be able to put one of my peppers. I'm tempted to keep the peppers up, but I have also got all of these that I really need to sort out, which are the cucalemons, I think. Cucamelons? Not very good, am I? And these as well. These are what I was debating using the trellis for that I got, putting the trellis across the back here and then putting this up against here and then running them all up. And I might be able to bring that over as well and put that up that way and just move this across. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the bindweed out. I'm going to take this out as well, and it will just give me a bit more better understanding, I think. Okay, so it's all cleared out and I've just got it up. It does pull out quite a bit more. So I'm wondering, let me get the tripod quick. So what I'm wondering about doing is pulling it all the way out, just so it's a little bit not as high, because I don't want it to rip this, and doing it like that, and then I can connect it maybe to the edges here. I still need to get rid of all of this, by the way, I know that, but I can connect it here, and then hopefully it'll stay. Put that up like that and almost like weave it, and then I can weave it over even. I think like that's a good option. What do you think? Let me know if I'm about to make the biggest mistake ever. What do we think so far? I'm actually best pleased with that. I'm actually really, really happy. So I'm going to put the melons up here, and then I'm going to keep this, because I don't think this is going to produce anything, if I'm honest. So I might take that out and put one of the other Anelka cucumbers in it, and then I can put this in the corner, and it should be okay, because I really want to keep the peppers up. I really don't trust putting them on the ground, so I feel like that would be a really, really good option. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. I have run out of string though. Well, I'm running out of string, and I'd rather use that for this, just for today. I can run out and grab more string, and then do another one across here, because this should be fine for another day or two. But you can see now how many I've got on here. There's actually so many coming up. So I'm really, really pleased. We've got one here, we've got this. So this needs to come off today, and then hopefully it should produce a few more as well for me. This melon was so much ag. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep it or not, so I have to just put it up for now. We'll see how it goes. There's a few tiny little melons on it, but I just think there's maybe too many. Maybe if I take a few off, like actual string bits off, then it might be okay, but I think we might just have to do collateral damage with this one. But everything else, do you know what? I'm actually really happy with how I've managed to do this today, because I've been meaning to for ages. It felt really, really messy. It just felt like, what's the point? So, yeah, I'm really pleased. I mean, look at that aubergine. And it was just sat underneath. I've got loads of peppers coming up. I've got a few there. I think that's a pepper. I think that's another aubergine. That's a cucamelon, but I don't think it's going to work. But do you know what? I'm best pleased with that. I'm so excited for these tomatoes. I've been seeing everyone pick theirs and getting super jealous. So, yeah, I'm pleased. It just looks so much better than when I got here. And that's all you can ask for, isn't it? So next up, I'm going to get this one into here. I need to be careful because I need to make sure it's strong enough without, because I've got no string. So I have got some of those poles left over, which I might do and pop them in, and hopefully they should be okay. So next up, I just need to get this into there. I have got some poles which I think I'm going to use just until I can bring some string back over tomorrow, but I really want to make sure that this goes in the ground today, so I can give it a really good feed as well. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, we're in. So I've just staked it for now. I'm going to give it nice water, and then hopefully come back tomorrow with some string and just get them all nice and secure. What I want to do now is just go around and just tidy all of these like little bits up, just so when I come back next time, the first thing I have to do isn't tidy. Okay, so I've given everything a really good tidy. Excuse the state of my hands, I forgot my gloves today. But yeah, everything has been tidied. I've given everything a really good water. I'm going to leave the fruit cage until next time. The fruit until next time, because it's only probably going to be a couple of days. And I want to get them into some really big pots and things. So, yeah, that should be good. What I am going to do is just quickly before I go is I've got loads of beetroot at home, which will probably need to go into the ground pretty soon. So just underneath the archway, I put some in at the beginning of the year, but I don't think I put them straight into the ground, like the seeds into the ground. And I've not really been having much luck with it that way. Instead, I've been putting them into modules at home and then transplanting them once they've got a little bit bigger, and they seem to be doing really well. The candied ones, I'll pop in a picture if I've got it. I actually just picked a couple from where the brassicas are. They don't get too big. This seems to be like the biggest that they will get. I don't know if they're focused, but they're so nice inside. If I can't find a photo, I'm gonna have one anyway when I get home, so I'll pop a little picture in. But yeah, they are absolutely stunning as well as tasty, so very, very happy I went with them to begin with. I have got at home the ones in the modules. I've done 4 different types, so And I'm hoping I'll be able to get one of each. One of them, they haven't germinated because I think the seeds are too old. But the other ones, I'm hoping I can get at least one from each and then see which ones I want to focus on next year. But yeah, I'm just going to pull all of this out here. And then it's nice and clear, so next time I come, they can just go straight in then. Do you know what? They all look like they were coming back to life, actually. So I think I might leave them in there and find somewhere else to pop the new ones in.